Welcome to my video on how to find free hardwood. Now I'm going to disclaimer this right off the bat in that I was told that hardwood is frequently used to make pallets. I can confirm that this pallet here is indeed made of wood and indeed hard, but not necessarily hardwood. That I'm not totally sure of. Regardless, I'm sure this will make good stock for my CNC. Now before you ask, I do have permission to have this pallet. There was no midnight shopping involved to get it. They are frequently given away in my area, and after a quick chat with the local business that had a massive stack of them, this one ended up in my garage. Now let's lay this down and tear it apart and see how much we can salvage from it. So we'll finish salvaging wood from the pallet. I have two piles here, one which is my salvage pile and one which is the firewood pile. So we got actually a fair amount of firewood out of it, not so much on the salvage side, but we're going to continue through working with what we have. The wood is fairly flat, not too twisted. Some of the boards are, like you can see on this one, is quite rough. I actually ended up keeping some from the bottom that were a little cleaner and still in good shape. But most of these boards are from the top. The wood is definitely a softwood, not a hardwood, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll keep going with it and see what we can do with the planer. So I'm going to do one final check on these to make sure there's no nails or staples or rocks or anything else that will have an impact on the planer blades, and then we'll see what we can do with these in terms of cleaning them up. So we have the planer all set up now. We'll plug it in and let's see what we can do with the boards. Here we have some before and after. The one thing that was surprising was the variety of thicknesses in the boards, but we have them coming out fairly nice. I think we'll probably have to do a little bit more work on them. Some of them have barely been touched, even though they've gone through twice, and some of them actually have quite a bit taken off them. So we're going to run them through the machine a couple more times, taking off a 30-second here and there, and see what it looks like. Wow, just a little bit of sawdust. I think it's time for dust collection. So they're starting to look pretty good. I think we'll go for one more 30-second, as there are a few rough spots on them still yet, but very close. We've planed the wood. It's nice and smooth top and bottom, but the edges are still a bit rough. So we're going to cut off the edges and clean them up with the table saw. So here we are with the finished product, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. They're nice and smooth on both sides, and after cleaning up the edges, they're all a set 70 millimeters wide. The 70 millimeters will make it a little easier to program on the CNC when I put them in there, and at that point, all I have to do is cut them down. They still retain a little character, given that they're from a beat-up old pallet, but I think that just adds to the project. So give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and hit subscribe if you'd like to see what I do with these on the CNC next. You'll be seeing some nameplates, and I'll go through the steps on how to do that. And thanks for watching.